What up, YouTube? It's your little big bro John. Another video. Yeah, it's Saturday night. We're headed back to Amazon. Like I said, I had a double shift today. So we already finished that at 3:20 to 11:30. I actually used PTO and just dipped out of there about 29 minutes early. Yeah, it's like that. If I have PTO, I'm gonna use it to get the hell up out of there as early as I can. But we're headed back now for the 10:50 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. And then I got another shift after that, pretty much 50 minutes later. Another 3:20 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And then I got another shift after that, 10:50 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. Yeah, it's like that. You know, there's a video I haven't watched yet. This guy that I follow, I subscribe to. I don't know how to pronounce his channel name, but I'll give him a shout out on the next video. How about that? But pretty much he was just saying, fuck that paycheck. That's all I saw in the thumbnail. That's all I saw for the title. Fuck that paycheck. And I guess it was just going into warehouse work. I didn't actually watch the video, but it just got me thinking, man, like all this that we do, like everything that we do is for that paycheck. There's a whole world, there's a whole other society that has no clue what this is. This is like 1984 fiction to them, and that's the wealthy. I think it's pretty sick how the American dream isn't real and it's used as a means of giving people, the working man, the impoverished, it just gives them hope in the sick sense that they're going to keep striving for something that, in all honesty, was never meant for them and they more likely will never achieve. Who doesn't want to be rich? Come on. It's like, who doesn't want to have enough money to alleviate them of their problems? That's why we work. Because it's true. Money makes the world go round. And it's all over, man. It's not just here in the US, it's all over. Don't think for 1 minute that just because I'm saving up this money to get over to the Philippines and live my life over there, don't think for 1 minute that I'm not escaping money. I mean, unless I were to run off into the jungle and just live straight off the land, I'm not escaping this system. And even then, it's arguable that how I live now is a result of this system. It beats you down. Like, it really beats you down. Let's chill out here for a minute. I don't have to be there for the next 30 minutes. I just want to talk to y'all for a minute here. That this life, man, it really beats you down. This society. And it has pushed me to this kind of minimalist approach to life. Sorry, I'm still a little congested. Like I said, living in an airport is it's a hell of an experience. By the way, we are actually passing week 2 at this point. Starting in the next couple of hours, we'll be on the beginning of week 3 at SFO. So we'll dive into a video after my shift on that, how that's been. But yeah, everything we do, man, is because of money. It's like I said, even this minimalist approach that I've taken to life is because I'm tired of pursuing money. And it's an everyday thing. It's like, if you really look at the American dream, the cliched version, the cliched and classic version of the American dream, where it's like a house and you got your wife, or husband, whatever, you're married, you have a home, you have kids, and the dog. You know what that is? You know what all that is? A bunch of expenses. Ball and chains. That's all those are, balls and chains. It's like the house more likely mortgaged. So it's like you're gonna have to, and even if it wasn't, there's property tax, right? It's like you never really actually own anything. So, but let's go with what normally happens here. Most people get a mortgage. So you're still paying monthly, for that house. And I think you're paying the bank as well. I don't know how that works out, like, entirely. But you're paying somebody, and you're paying somebody monthly. You don't own that home until that's fully paid off, and even then, that there's property taxes that you have to pay, right? So it's like, there's your first ball and chain right there, is the home. You're married? Okay. Now, peep this. Typically, when we're talking the American dream, we're speaking about it from a male perspective, right? So, you're married, your wife, more likely, you want them to be, a stay-at-home mom, correct? So you gotta carry her financially. That means whatever she needs, you gotta take care of it. Whatever she wants, you gotta take care of it. So there's the other ball and chain. Now, I know there's females out there that want to get it on their own. You are an outlier, okay? And let's be completely honest, this applies to males too. If you had somebody that was completely willing, 100%, just let you chill at home while they paid for everything, you take that deal. Come on. I mean, it's like, yeah, there's some that are going to say, no, I really want to do it. No, it's like, you say you want to do it, but let's just put you in that position. Let's put you in that little situation for like a week where you're just chilling. No, a month. Let's do it that way. When you really ain't got to take care of any expenses, nothing for a whole month, and somebody else takes care of all that, and you wouldn't take that deal? Hell, men would take that deal. Come on. So it's like, yeah, looking at it from the male perspective, okay, there's an expense right there. Now, it's unique for females because in this era now, what's going on now is, females are having to work. Even if you guys did want that setup, it's not like that. Females are having to work now as well. And I mean, if you are able to have that set up, I'm not a female, but I could see it this way. You gotta hope this dude, holds his job. Because otherwise, it's like y'all gonna be on the street or you're gonna be picking up some hours. And it's kind of like that now. It's like you don't really have these single income households anymore. You have dual income, households. And it's like, and y'all is wild having kids. It's like, I'm just going to say that. I know I said in my first video something about, me and my wife and starting a family. But it's like, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be straight up with y'all. It's like, my wife is the one that wants children. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do here, but it's like I need to talk to her about this whole kids thing because I don't want kids. We don't need kids. I mean, not only is this world completely not a place to bring children into, because going off, antinatalism, and so I'm totally down with antinatalism. Like I said, I watch Born into a Corrupt System and Tragic Reality, Life Outrage, and I was into that stuff before I even stumbled across those channels. And it's just my belief that it's like this is not a world to bring children into. It's like to bring another life forcibly, and it's like they have no consent. I'm going through my own shit. I'm pissed at my father because it's like, well, you're trying to put all the blame on me, but it's like I never asked for this shit. It's just like this was just like I'm just here and I gotta deal with it. So it's like for me to do the same thing, not only would I be a hypocrite, I feel I'd be a horrible person because I already know what it is. Now my wife, on the other hand, is just from a different culture, so I don't really know how I'm gonna talk to her about this, but because for her it's a big thing. It's like she really, really wants, like, even the marriage. It's like I'm gonna say, like, even the marriage, I tried to like steer it in a different direction than what she wanted it, and she wanted that traditional, like, extravagant, let's have the ceremony and all this. Like I said, man, to me it's just like I saw marriage for practical reasons because I'm getting married to a woman overseas. She's Filipina, so it's like I saw it as like, okay, if I want citizenship in her country, it's the same as if she wanted, citizenship here in the U.S., wanted a green card and whatnot. So it's like, have to get married. Like, legally, I have to do that if I want to be able to set up residency over in the Philippines. And since that is my intention, it's like, for practical reasons, yeah, let's get married. If it weren't for that, no, my whole belief is you don't have to do this whole marriage thing, Why do you have to get the government involved and you need paperwork and shit? It's so bureaucratic. It's like if you're rocking and rolling with somebody, and I mean, y'all are cool, then that's all that needs to be known. That's all that needs to be said and done. You don't have to fucking do this whole ceremony with paperwork and the church and the government. It's like, it doesn't need to be that. But it's like my situation, like I said, for practical reasons. But even then, it's like I tried to do it practically, pragmatically. But no, like I said, she wanted a whole thing. So we did that. Kind of sound like me and my wife don't really see eye to eye here, so how did we even get together? I mean, we'll talk about that in some other videos. I just want to rap to y'all for a minute about, like I said, how everything is just geared towards money and how the American dream really is, it's a trap. It's a trap. It's like that house you're not gonna own, you're gonna be working paying off the mortgage, more likely. Otherwise, you're going to be paying property tax, and house maintenance ain't cheap either. You have a spouse. Looking at it from the male perspective, you're going to be financially carrying your wife. Or, I mean, like I said, times have changed. You do have the females that they're putting in too. But that just shows you how much things have changed, right? That shows you how much more expensive things have become and how little we're still getting compensated for our time and effort. Where now a single income doesn't do it. You need a dual income. Sometimes one or even both of y'all are working multiple jobs. So it's like, yeah, to bring kids into this, that's crazy. It's like, I couldn't. And it's just like, I know. Not only do they take time from you, and it's like, I value my time. It's like, not only do they take time from you, money as well. Yes. And it's like, that just means that I'm going to be spending more time working. And this kid is like, they'll probably end up hating me, just how I feel towards my father. But this is like beyond just bringing me into this world. This is also like being an asshole. We'll get into that later. But yeah, it's like they'll be looking at me like, why'd you bring me into this? And I'm like, your mom wanted a kid, son, and hey, who was I to say no? But yeah, I mean, even the dog or whatever pet you have, now you're paying for that. That's just like a kid, basically. If you ask me, it's basically like having another kid. And like I said, what else is part of that American dream? The children, a couple kids, yeah, that you're gonna be spending money on. It's like, you see how it's like it's all gonna keep you working. Oh, you gotta have a car. Your wife's gotta have a car too. It's gonna keep you working, bro. That's all that American dream is a trap to keep you working. It's like, and you don't even realize it until you really start to look at it. And it's like, you just see, whoa, it's like I can have a house and a couple cars and a wife and a dog and a cat and 2 kids and a baby. And it's like, that's the American dream right there. And we all living off of one income. But what you don't realize is that in order to maintain that dream, in order to achieve that dream, you gotta work. You gotta work your ass off. In order to maintain that dream, you gotta work. So you don't even get to enjoy the dream itself because you're too busy working in order to maintain that house, that car that you only get to use to commute to and from work, unless you're lucky enough to work from home. Look, luck is, for lack of a better word here, because there's no luck within work. I don't care if you're working from home. It's like, if you're working in any capacity, to me, it's bullshit. And I know a lot of people are going to call me lazy. Well, what do you expect? You got to work in order to live. Maybe that's why I'm just going to do this YouTube thing. Because, yeah, that's true. In this society, we have to earn money in some capacity in order to facilitate our lives. I just don't want to do it at a warehouse or a factory. I don't want to do it on somebody else's time. Somebody else telling me when I have to be somewhere, when I can take my break, when my break is over. Somebody really dictating how my life is to go. Can't do that, man. That's why I'm here now, making this video for you guys, because I'm gonna keep doing these every day, like I said. Yeah, hopefully, it turns into something, and I can stop working these shit jobs. Even going back to school and getting, a degree, even that wouldn't do it for me. It's just like, what? I'm just gonna go and get another job, just a higher paying slave position. That's all it is. So I don't want to work, I don't want to answer to anybody else about shit. I just want to do what I want to do and live my life. Maybe that's why I'm going to the Philippines, because not only, like I said, am I married there, but it's like I feel like I can kind of focus more on what I want to do. The little bit of money will be enough to get by. So I'm tired of supervisors, managers. I'm tired of caught up in this rat race. The American corporate machine. Anyway, I'm rambling, y'all. Just want to kind of get that off my chest. I hate the way that this society is set up and revolves around money. I can't wait to escape this. One day at a time. Fuck it, we ball and we out here.